Stars have been used for many years to tell many different things, including navigation and telling time, but did you also know that they can tell your future? By using zodiac signs, each person can be put into one of the 12 groups based on your birthday and where the stars were on your birthday. And so that includes the constellations, the symbol, your actual sign, and like an animal. And it can tell many different things about you, like your personality traits or stereotypes that can be made about you, and many other different things. And behind zodiac signs, there's a lot of customs and, like I said, stereotypes that come along with it, which I'll be talking more about today. And more specifically, I'll be talking about how it pertains to Geminis, because that's what I am, because I was born on June 20th, which falls into the Gemini. So to start, customs. When zodiacs kind of first originated or first became more well known, it was the Taoism. And they, like I talked about earlier, about being able to tell the future by the constellations, that's what they were really going off of. They were using the constellations to tell futures, and we still do that today. You can see in like newspapers, they'll have the little section that tells you your future, so it's still used, but they're just the ones who spread it more. And along with that, Washington EDU tells about how Buddhism also spread zodiacs around. And so Buddha, like I said, each zodiac has an animal, and Buddha was the one who assigned the animal to the zodiac. And they're not just randomly chosen animals, they each have meaning. So Lifestyle Asia talks about how they can be considered your spirit animal or lucky for you. And they can also describe a little bit more about your personality. So like for Gemini, theirs is a fox, which kind of means that they're clever and eager, and I would have to agree with that, coming from a Gemini. But along with clever and eager, there is many stereotypes. That's like what the main idea is, I think, when people think of their zodiac sign, is that this is what kind of person it is, and this is how they're gonna act. So one of the main stereotypes about Geminis is that they're two-faced, which you can easily tell by the sign. It's two women with their two faces that are turning away from each other. And it shows the two faces, and that could mean either you can really interpret it any way, but it could mean you're fake to behind somebody's back and nice to their face, that kind of two-face. Or Woodgeek explains it as like more of mood changes, and you won't know what person you're gonna get. Like you might get a really happy person 1 second, and then they're gonna switch into a completely different mad person the next second. And so that's how they kind of described being two-faced as a Gemini. And another stereotype that goes along with being a Gemini is being a bad listener but a good talker. And this can be explained because when you have a zodiac, along with the stars being aligned with your birthday, it also goes further into the planets. And so each sign has a different planet that rules a different part of their personality and their sign. And so Gemini's is Mercury, which is the planet of communication, which could explain why they're good talkers and they're known to be the life of the party, but possibly also that could come with being a bad listener if you want to talk so much that the listening part gets impaired. And so the relevance to me, there's definitely a lot of relevance to me. Like all of the stereotypes I said, I think I fit into pretty well. I'd consider myself a bad listener and a good talker, and I think I can admit to maybe being a little two-faced, but there are also a lot of good qualities that come with being a Gemini. So this book right here, What Your Birthday Says About You, it explains, it's more specifically on the day, but a lot of it is about the sign. And so on page 252, it talks about how Geminis care a lot about other people's opinions and their impressions that they give off, and they're gonna do anything that they can in their power to preserve their relationships and keep them in harmony and just like at peace. And I think I definitely agree with that. I'm a very big people pleaser, and I like to keep all my relationships as happy and as good as I can. So I would definitely think that relevance to me. But overall, I think that Geminis and every zodiac is full of many good customs and their own personal history at the back of it, and learning about it isn't just interesting, but I think it's also helping me learn more about myself. And I've gotten kind of into it. I have this clock that me and my boyfriend built together, and it has each of the signs on it along with their day. And I think just learning about it has helped me learn about myself, and it could help you too. Thank you.